Aloha YouTube. How are all you investors doing out there today? My name is David Yansen. Welcome to my channel. Today is October 8th. It is Thursday 2020 and we are looking at my not M1 Finance. That's the previous video that I just did. M1 Finance has my Roth IRA. We are looking at my Fidelity brokerage account here. As you can see, Fidelity greets you. Good afternoon, David. It is only 2:42 p.m. here in Hawaii Standard Time. So midday for me. The NFL is on and college football has a game on too. But after this video, I'll probably watch more of the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Chicago Bears. But I do want to welcome you to my channel, especially if you're a first timer. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video as well too. There's a like button there for you. If you have already subscribed and continue to follow my channel, big mahalo to you, as it does help support the channel. I do appreciate it a lot. So as you can see here, the U.S. stock market is closed for the day, and the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 all finished in the green, which is nice to see. So this is one thing that I do like about Fidelity versus M1 Finance and Robinhood, where I have other accounts, is it does give you this feed. They kind of greet you. It gives you, some information here at the beginning before you actually get into your account. So, and one company here that I did want to highlight before we get into my portfolio is Disney. I'm actually really surprised, not a whole lot of surprise, I shouldn't say really surprised, but a little bit surprised that Disney is held into the 120s as far as its trading. $123 is what it finished today. Now, like I said in previous videos, since going back to March, April, maybe it's like the first week of April, Disney's going to be fine. Yes, they're going to lose a lot of money as their parks and cruise ships and stuff like that are closed. But they've got Disney Plus, which you can see here in this news highlighted, is talking about this new Pixar movie that is going to be released straight to Disney Plus. They've got other movies that often go out. Mulan was a big deal. That Hamlet was a big deal with Disney Plus as well too. Mulan was supposed to be released in theaters. It wasn't, but Disney was able to charge an additional $30 on top of your Disney Plus subscription, and a lot of people watched it. So I haven't subscribed to Disney Plus. I have a free Netflix with T-Mobile, so that's pretty much my television besides sports. But now I am intrigued because with Disney, I thought that their stock would hover around until they started sailing their cruise ships and started making movies and the parks were open and stuff like that. I thought that they would stay around 100 to like 108, 110, something like that. But even through September, it still stayed around the 120 mark. I believe it went into 115, 117 a few times. But so I'm really actually thinking of adding a little bit more. Now, I personally, the majority of my holdings is fractional shares, so I won't be dropping a full $120 into Disney stock, but I might add another $20 or another $50 or another $10 or $15, which is how I do a lot of my trades. So a lot of fractional shares for my portfolio. So, and not just Fidelity here, but also M1 Finance and Robinhood. Robinhood allows for fractional shares now, since this summer, I believe it was, is when they allowed for fractional shares buying. So probably 90% of the, over $14,000 that I have invested in the U.S. stock market has been bought by fractional shares. So, and I find it very easy now to get in and start investing because of fractional shares. So we'll scroll back up here. We'll take a look at my account here. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Just hit the subscribe button right there, and the like button as well too, as that both help support the channel. And my question for you, if you leave comments, is what do you think of my holdings? Please leave comments on my holdings and any thoughts and opinions. Also check my playlist where you can see my M1 Finance, Roth IRA, and my Robinhood account. And leave your opinions there as well too. I'm very interested because personally I feel that I am still a baby investor. I've only been at this about 15 months or so. This account originally was with M1 Finance as an individual account, and then I transferred over here to Fidelity. I do have videos talking about my reasoning. I won't go into it here just for the sake of time. But that's what I started with first, and then eventually I opened up a Roth IRA September of last year. So my Roth IRA is well on track to hit the 6,000 contribution limit every single year that they give you. And then eventually I'll probably start putting more money into this individual account, or maybe my Robinhood growth portfolio. There's not a whole lot that I'm looking at in Robinhood. Well, there's two holdings that I have, Hawaiian Airlines and Norwegian Cruise Line, that I have, that if they continue to fall, that I'll probably pick up some more positions. And I explained that in a video earlier this week or last week on why I like both Hawaiian Airlines and Norwegian, and I actually have a video just for Hawaiian Airlines on why I like them, so you can check those out. Check out my playlist and check the links in the description as well too. If you haven't gotten your free stocks from Webull or Doe Finance or Robinhood or any of the other investing apps out there that are offering free for you, go ahead and check the links in the description and get that, which is basically free money from you just for signing up. So Webull does require $100 if you want a second free stock. Webull is saying that the maximum stock that they will give you will be valued up to $1,600, which is ridiculously high. I got a free, I believe I got a good free stock through Robinhood, but it's not $1,600, but it's a good dividend paying company. Their dividend yield isn't good, but they're a solid balance sheet company. SiriusXM Radio is what I got, and they just made a move. I might mention that in a video later on. So, but let's go ahead and look at my positions here. As you saw, over $4,800 up to this point since I started this in July of last year. I have made a lot of moves in here since I moved it from M1 Finance to Fidelity, and I talk about why I had to do that in previous videos. NVIDIA, the only one in the red today. Fidelity, what they do is they put your red at the top here. This is an account that they pretty much will put all that you contribute your money to and that you pull out of in order to buy. So I still have dividends coming in from fractional shares of these companies here that I owned when it was with M1 Finance. And some of that I already used to make my buy. I added to AbbVie the other day, yesterday or the day before. And now I have $4.12 in here that I can use to buy up a little bit more fractional shares. So AbbVie, my personal opinion, I like them, not just for their dividend yield, but because of the Allergan deal. And they still have, I always say this company wrong, Humira as well too in the US, and they are developing some other treatments as well. So worst case scenario, it's just a dividend company like some of these other ones are. Aflac is just a dividend play for me. Intel is just a dividend play for me, as well as in my Webull account I have People's United Financial, just a dividend play company as well. I really like People's United Financial. Their dividend is strong, and their stock went up today. I haven't talked about that company in a while. I should do a video on them really soon, especially now that earnings season is coming up. So you can see here my quantity of what I own. AT&T is the most shares that I have. I really like AT&T below $30. If you haven't bought into AT&T yet, my personal opinion, please do your own research, but my personal opinion, if you can get AT&T 1 share, 5 shares, 2 shares, and it's under $30, it's well worth it, because their cash flow is really good. And eventually Warner Brothers will start making movies. HBO will start making movies again. Both, AT&T owns those, and they'll be doing, they'll be generating a lot of revenue again. So overall, Fidelity only shows you, at least here in the app side of it, the desktop is a little bit different. My total gains and losses is over $200 gains. And then it shows you for the day what my gains were, like I showed you before, and it shows you what my total gains are for all of my holdings as well. And I only have these 3 companies all time are down. So I find that very good. Disney, if I continue to put money into them, and AbbVie, if I continue to put money into them, I believe both these companies will continue to grow, as well as AT&T, and then these will no longer be in the red. So stay tuned for my dividend tracking video, which shows you how much money I make every single year off of being paid dividends from my holdings. I will do that tomorrow or Saturday. That video will be out, so look for that. I haven't done it in a while because I've had to wait for things to clear up here with Fidelity. At first I thought the app was just a mess, but now everything seems to be settled, and I actually like it a lot better. So, but that video will be out for you. I did do my weekly buy. I actually bought an ETF and a one stock purchase with my Roth IRA. That video is available for you as well, so check that out. Otherwise, be safe and healthy, everybody. Mahalo and aloha.